What is going on, y'all? Grand Lotus MTG here. I got invited to a friend's house to do a draft. There's about 12 of us there. Had a great time. Ended up getting first place with this crazy Converge deck. It's basically a Soul Tide deck with a red splash. I actually got my 4 prize packs here for getting first. I'm going to go ahead and crack those open. But before I crack my packs open, I kind of wanted to give a couple tips on how to build these. And so basically, let's start with the mana base. You always want to be very concerned about your mana base with these decks. You really have to prioritize getting dual lands. I actually got 2 of the rare dual lands. These were passed to me and I scooped them up. I even had a couple of common dual lands that I didn't play because you really don't want to have like too many tap lands in your deck. It can really slow you down if you're getting pressured by like an aggro deck. And so I had like a white-black one and another one of the red-blue, and I decided I didn't need them. So, but you do have to really prioritize the dual lands. Biggest bombs in the deck were basically the Emeritus of Abundance, the Arcane Omens, the Wisdom of Ages, and this beautiful foil Germination Practicum. It was funny, out of all the games, of all 3 rounds, I only cast Wisdom of Ages once. I only cast this one once. Mostly I couldn't find them in my deck. I was like just not drawing them. And people pretty much just scooped as soon as I played either one of those. But the real star of the show, I am just basically love this card more and more every time I draft it. On turn 5, making your opponent discard 4 cards is absolutely insane. I had like 4 or 5 different games where I hit this within turn 5 or 6, and it was just their entire hand was just gone. So, and I was finding this. I was getting this in my opening hand quite a bit. So this was basically the workhorse of the deck, even though I had other much more flashy bombs. Because I have the Wisdom of the Ages, so there was kind of a little weird thing about this deck. These 2 cards kind of work against each other. This card makes you want to have like mostly spells. This card makes you want to have mostly creatures. So I kind of went halfway. I even had the Resonating Loot, and I ended up sideboarding it because my like if I went with the loot and just the Wisdom of Ages, I would have had to been super spell heavy, which means I couldn't have played the Germination Practicum. And the problem was my colors weren't completely open, so I wasn't getting enough removal spells and card draw spells to actually just go full on like loot Wisdom of Ages deck. So let's go over the creatures. One of the things I try to do is really be extremely picky about the creatures you're putting in these kind of decks. Every creature needs to really serve a purpose and be like high quality creatures. So you can see I have almost all of my creatures are like rares or uncommons, and the only 2 commons are basically mana, like the Mana Dork that also has Death Touch, so he can be a good blocker later in the game, and the guy that fixes you, the Studious First Year. So I only had 9 creatures in this deck, and it's really important when you're building a Converge deck like this not to put weird, random, derpy, like 3 or 4 mana or 5 mana creatures that's just like a 4/4 with, you know, trample or something. You know, those creatures just don't do enough to be worth a spot in this kind of deck. So every creature needs to be like a high quality creature to be in this deck. And I actually played more creatures. Like I said, I was gonna go like super low creature, but I had this guy and the artwork was so sick. I was like, yeah, I want to play that. I want to play that card. So a couple other things in the deck. Really highly prioritized Potioner's Trove. I had 2 of them. I only put 1 in the deck. I felt like my mana base was so good that I was not having trouble getting the mana, and I didn't want to risk drawing 2 Potioner's Troves in the same game. Card draw, and then this guy actually makes a giant creature, but the main reason I put this in here was the Surveil 2, because I'm a little lighter on card draw than I would have liked to have been, and so having just a big giant creature, but the Surveil 2 is like really critical, and B, it's a spell, so I could actually get it back with, it works really well with my Germination Practicum, and the Wisdom of Ages, because this can hit it and this can hit it. So I did throw one of those in there. Okay, and then we'll go with our spell package. We've got Procrastinate, which some people don't like this card. It can be hit or miss. Like if the creature has a really good static ability, then just tapping it doesn't really get it off the battlefield. But I was a little lighter on removal than I wanted to be. Oh, and the other thing was, Disdainful Stroke did a lot of work for me in my first couple of rounds. My third round, the final round, my opponent, I actually had this in my hand like the entire game, and they never cast a 4-drop the entire game. Their curve literally stopped at 3, so I sideboarded it out, and they had a lot of really annoying creatures. They were playing Witherbloom. They had like Teacher's Pest, and they had the black 2-drop rare that gains life when it attacks. And being able to just shut those creatures down, basically almost permanently, was just great. So I started out the Disdainful Stroke, put in the second Procrastinate. Love Unsubtle Mockery, kills most things, and you Surveil. Once again, trying to hit that Surveil. Last Gasp, just awesome. And then this card is great. This can I actually won multiple games just by doming my opponent for like 10 because the games would go long. And then this card really, really overperformed. I had multiple times where this was like the perfect top deck where they would play like their Black or, you know, some really annoying, really powerful creature. And I'd be like, yep, that's exiled. It ain't coming back. And so yeah, that was the deck. Ended up, did just extremely well. Was super happy with the deck. Got a lot of wins. Actually won every round 2-0. So, and yeah, like I said, if you're not playing this card, if you're doing a multicolor soup deck, you need to be playing this card. If you're playing any deck that has a Potioner's Trope, you need to be playing this card, because even for 3 or 4, it is just absolutely busted. So yeah, had fun. All right, well, let's get to the fun part here and open up these prize packs. See if we can pull anything good. I definitely feel like I was pretty lucky in my pulls at the draft, so, and I got past a lot of good stuff. So that's one of the great things about the soup decks too, is you can just take anything that comes your way. You don't have to worry about color. Okay, Tablet of Conscribulary, love it. Oh, another rare land. Do we get another rare? No, just a land. I've been getting so many of these, but they are great for commander decks, so I'll take it. Trying to get that Witherbloom dragon I've been looking for. That's the only Elder Dragon I haven't pulled yet, so come on, Witherbloom, we need you. All right, Heated Argument. We got Ajani fighting Chandra here. That's a cool one. The Lewin, love it. Impractical Joke, love that. Oh, sweet. We got a mythic, the Dawning Archaic. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. I'll take that. That is just sick. That artwork is so good. Love that. All right, we got a mythic. I'm thrilled. Okay, here we go. Number 3. Can we get the Witherbloom? Or maybe like a Professor Dell, Felian Dell or something would be great. Okay, and another one. Oh, what? Whoa, baby. Yes, that's a hit. I was like, oh, great, another land. Ah, the Vampiric Tutor. Yeah, baby. Oh, loving that. We'll put that right on top. Hell yeah. That was a hot pack. We'll take it. I don't know what that's worth, but I'm gonna guess $40. Let's guess $40. Don't know. Okay, final pack. Last pack magic. Got excited when I saw Witherbloom. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, we'll take that. Double rare pack, sweet. Double rare, double bulk rare. I mean, I'll take it. The foil. Yeah, this card has like a lot of infinite combo potential. I could definitely see some commander decks making this thing go infinite, like no problem. This guy's pretty cool. That is a pretty cool dude. So, all right, y'all. Well, there it is. There's my 4 prize packs. You know, we got a few bulk rares, but boy, those made up for it. 2 mythics, heck yeah. All right, thanks for watching. If you haven't already, hit that like and subscribe button. Check out some draft videos on my channel, and have a good one.